Man spun the wheel and assembled 4 cannons, and turned them towards the enemy. He put the aiming machine on the stand, and set the cannons properly. As the enemy ships moved towards the harbor, Man ordered his mans to load the cannons with shells. When the enemy saw the small cannons mounted on the walls, they started laughing and took them lightly. But the next moment, 2 shells went straight and fell on an enemy ship, and it shattered into pieces. Many enemy ships ahead were destroyed in a single attack. Man had prepared the shells. He had made in a special way. He had hollowed them from inside and filled them with gunpowder. This made them more powerful and could strike farther. His plan was that the sunken ships would block the port so that the enemy could not enter. And this happened. The broken and scattered ships had completely blocked the way to enter the harbor. The soldiers felt that they had won the war. They were celebrating and congratulating each other. But Man still had a strange fear in his mind. Saw that the enemy was not trying to extinguish his burning ships. He was letting them burn so that smoke spreads all around and everyone's attention is diverted. But before anyone could understand anything, all the ships were engulfed in flames. Man immediately understood that dangerous bombs were planted under the water, which exploded after hitting the ships. After this, saw that under the cover of smoke, the enemy was pulling his big ships with ropes and bringing them towards the port. Everything was happening in front, but due to the smoke, no one could see properly. Man immediately warned the army and told them that they'd been trapped in this trap of the enemies. He immediately changed the target of his cannon. But by then it was too late. The enemy ships had reached inside the port, and they too had started firing their cannons. Cannon fires started breaking the walls of the fort. Everything started getting destroyed, although Man's cannons were also hitting far and right on target. The enemy fleet was very large. It was difficult for Man alone to stop it. The enemy's cannons were firing continuously and very fast. When Man looked through the telescope, he was shocked. Actually, the cannons that the enemy was using were the same design that he had made earlier to protect his soldiers. Now the question was, how did the enemy get this idea, and who made these weapons for them? All the soldiers were ready to take up the front inside the fort with swords. But as soon as the walls of the fort broke, thousands of enemy soldiers entered the city. Then a fierce battle started in the streets. Man's soldiers were fighting bravely, but the enemy had more powerful weapons. There were some machines that were not only firing bullets, but also spitting fire. Man immediately recognized them. These were the same machines whose idea he had once given to a king. As soon as the machine reached their hiding place, Man immediately ordered, put all the wine barrels behind the door. He knew what was the weakness of that machine, because he had made it himself. As soon as the deadly machine fired shells to break the door, the barrels full of wine burst, and there was a terrible explosion, due to which the enemy machine was completely destroyed. When Man came out and looked, the fight had stopped, and thus he was able to defeat the enemy once again. By the way, Man